Hello everyone, it's Dr. Zeno again. I would love to share with you a pretty cute story about someone who thinks that they protected themselves in the supermarket. Now I know this person personally very well, and they're a smart, very smart man that is above the age of 70 with high blood pressure, pre-diabetic and kidney disease. Now this person went to the supermarket and thought that he was protecting himself because he wore a mask and he wore gloves. Now, this is where the cute part comes in. So this man basically, and I actually seen this in the supermarket a lot, and I want to share with you some of these findings. So, mask and gloves, and basically in the supermarket. I'm going to take this off just for this purpose, and notice what I just did, the way I took it off. I basically touched it here. Now what I just did is, if my gloves were contaminated, I contaminated the mask. Now there's virus here. So you don't want to be touching the mask ever here. So you want to really be taking it off from here, okay? So the person was basically touching, the apples, bananas, whatever he was touching in the grocery store, and basically touched a lot of things with gloves. So basically his hands were virus-free, theoretically speaking, right? Putting all those groceries in his cart, pushing the cart and the handle, which is theoretically contaminated, and everything basically around you is theoretically contaminated, right? Aerosols of the virus have been coughed off or sneezed out of someone who was infected, but they didn't really know, and so there's virus theoretically everywhere. I'm not saying this to scare you, I'm just saying this to inform you. So basically, groceries that theoretically are contaminated are in the cart, my hands pushing the cart, and they went to pay for the groceries, put the groceries on the conveyor belt. Obviously, conveyor belt is contaminated. The groceries are on that as well. The cashier is putting the groceries, using a glove as well, most of the cases I've seen, into plastic bags or reusable bags, hopefully. And obviously, when you put things into a bag, you're touching that bag, and now the bag is contaminated, even the handle is contaminated. Again, I'm not saying this for you to become a germaphobe. I'm not saying this for you to become hypochondriac or to create fear. I'm saying all this to educate, because as a surgeon, surgeons and surgical teams, we are at the forefront of knowledge regarding sterility. Because we don't want to ever break sterility, otherwise the patient could get infected, and a severe infection can cause the patient to die. So we're really on the forefront for the infection control. Now, imagine this person touched all that and has their gloves, and then this person actually forgot his parking ticket. He couldn't find it, he wanted to validate it with the cashier, and basically was looking in all his pockets using the dirty gloves, and could not find it. And he was like, oh my God, I can't find this parking ticket. Where could it be? He just contaminated all his compartments of his jacket, of his jeans, and his face. Yes, his face was covered and protected by this mask, which is a good thing for him, but the rest of his face wasn't protected, so there's virus there as well now. And then he had to go and look for it on the floor of the supermarket, where he eventually found it, picked it up from the floor. Floor is very dirty, and gave it to the cashier, who basically validated it for him. He put it back in his pocket using the same gloves. He took his wallet out and paid with his credit card, no touch technique, with a pay pass. But now his wallet is contaminated, and his credit card is contaminated, and he puts it back into his contaminated pockets. Now, taking off the gloves is also a problem. If you take off your gloves like this, you could contaminate your hand. So basically, you want to be removing the gloves like this. You're removing your glove, so your hand is still clean and nothing has touched your fingertips. And the way you remove this, the easiest way is to go like that and just take that off and throw this in the garbage. Like I shared with you, taking off the mask is you take off the mask this way. So now your hands are clean theoretically, but all the groceries in your car or wherever they are are in the bag, they're contaminated theoretically, and we know the virus can last 1 day up to a week, even more in some different surfaces, and even the bag handles are contaminated. So even if you removed your gloves, you're going to touch those bags, you're going to touch those groceries, and now again you're contaminated, you're not immune or safe from that virus. And if you are wearing gloves in your car, which I have seen, you're really contaminating the rest of your belongings in your car for a prolonged period of time. So my suggestion is basically wash your hands, antiseptic solution whenever you can, alcohol swab your belongings and your phone as much as you can on a daily basis. Every time you come out, go out, come back in, sterilize your belongings with antiseptic, or even soap and water can work. And then when you get home, you have those groceries, open the bags which are contaminated, remove the stuff or the groceries from your bags. What I would suggest to do, and this is what I do for my groceries, is I disinfect my groceries before putting them in the fridge, because I don't want to contaminate my fridge. So I usually take a cloth with soap and water or a disinfectant type of material. And as long as it has 70% alcohol, 65% alcohol, it will kill the virus. Higher percentages of alcohol actually are not more effective. It's actually 70%, 70 is the one that actually penetrates the envelope of germs. And then once you cleaned off your, once you remove your groceries, you throw the bags or disinfect the bag handles even better. Disinfect your groceries. Wash your hands after, put those groceries into the fridge or into the cupboards. This way, you're really clean. So back to my friend who basically thought he was protecting himself. As soon as he puts his hand back into the pockets that were contaminated within 24 hours, he has a risk of getting that virus infection. So really be safe, be smart about it. Don't be scared about it. Just try to disinfect yourself by washing your hands before you touch your face, basically, and try to social distance as much as you can. I hope that helps. A lot of people were asking me these questions regarding groceries and supermarket. Try to keep your distance away from people, 2 meters at least. Be kind to people. Don't be too freaked out. And just be gentle. We're all in this together. Be kind, be safe, be strong, and stay tuned for more videos.